Dear students, let us talk about what is political philosophy today. This lecture focuses on introducing political philosophy, and I want to begin my talk by referring to political philosophy as a subfield of philosophy that inquires into the study of politics, government, and the nature of political systems and authority. The objectives of today's lecture are to make students understand the meaning and nature of political philosophy, to understand the development of political philosophy through ancient, medieval and modern philosophical traditions, and ultimately to see the scope of political philosophy within the domain of modern political philosophy. Dear students, we understand that the word political derives from the word polis, which means city or city-state. In ancient Greece, the city-state was a fundamental political unit, and much of early political thought emerged from the study of these city-states. Over time, the word political came to its use in referring to anything related to government, governance or the organization of societies. Likewise, the word philosophy also originated in ancient Greek tradition. The word philosophy is a combination of two Greek words, philo, which means love, and sophia, meaning wisdom or knowledge. Therefore, philosophy literally means the love of wisdom or the pursuit of knowledge. When we combine these terms, namely political and philosophy, we get political philosophy, which essentially means the love of wisdom or the pursuit of knowledge related to the organization, governance and principles underlying societies and governments. It involves the philosophical examination and exploration of political concepts, ideas and theories, aiming to gain a deeper understanding of how societies are structured, how they should be governed and the ethical foundations of political decisions. Political philosophy seeks to explore three important areas related to political sphere. Firstly, the fundamental questions about organization and governance of societies. Secondly, the rights and responsibilities of individuals and governments. And thirdly, the ethical principles that underpin political decisions. This kind of understanding suggests that at its core, political philosophy aims to provide a conceptual framework for understanding the nature of power, justice and the ideal society. It grapples with questions such as the legitimate use of force, the distribution of resources, the role of the state in citizens' lives and the balance between individual freedom and collective welfare. Dear students, now let us understand ancient philosophical tradition. Some ancient philosophers laid the groundwork for centuries of political thought to come. Their writings continue to be studied and debated in contemporary discussions of politics, ethics and governance, reflecting the enduring relevance of their ideas. A Chinese philosopher, Confucius, is known for his teachings on ethics and governance. His ideas are recorded in texts like the Analects. emphasized the importance of virtuous leadership and a well-ordered society. Confucius believed in the importance of righteousness and justice. He argued that rulers should govern fairly and justly, and individuals should uphold moral principles even when facing difficult decisions. He advocated for a meritocratic system of governance where individuals are appointed to positions of authority based on their talents and virtue rather than hereditary privilege. Socrates, the ancient Greek philosopher, played a pivotal role in the development of Western philosophical thought, including political philosophy. The students, to inform you, Socrates never wrote any of his teachings. His method of inquiry or his philosophical dialogues, all of this were recorded primarily by his student Plato, which have profoundly influenced how we think about ethics, justice and governance. Socrates is famous for his Socratic method, a form of dialectical questioning. He believed that genuine knowledge and understanding could be reached through critical inquiry and rational dialogue. This method was not limited to ethics, but extended to political and social issues. He questioned what constitutes a just and virtuous life, prompting individuals to consider the ethical basis of their actions and political decisions. Plato is renowned for his philosophical dialogues. For example, in his The Republic, he explores the concept of ideal state, justice and the role of philosopher kings in governance. These philosopher kings are characterized by their pursuit of truth and ability to govern with virtue. His other dialogue, The Laws, outlines a more practical and detailed system of government that delves into the organization of an ideal society. Likewise, there are many dialogues of Plato, but we cannot discuss all of them in this lecture. The next one, Xenophon, a notable ancient Greek historian, philosopher and military leader, authored the work Cyropaedia or Education of Cyrus. This historical and philosophical narrative offers valuable insights into themes of leadership and governance, making it a significant contribution to political thought in antiquity. This work provides an idealized account of the leadership of Cyrus the Great. It raises questions about the nature of leadership and the role of a ruler in maintaining order and justice. It explores the delicate balance between authority and benevolence. Cyropaedia portrays Cyrus as an exemplary leader who possesses virtues like wisdom, courage and charisma. Xenophon explores how these qualities contribute to the success of Cyrus in building and governing a vast empire. It had a lasting impact on the political thought. The next one, Aristotle, a student of Plato, made substantial contributions to political philosophy. His work, Politics, remains a foundational text in political philosophy, offering valuable insights into the structure of governments, the nature of justice and the ethical underpinnings of political systems. His ideas have influenced countless philosophers, political theorists, and policymakers, making his work a cornerstone of political thought. In his work, he also explored the concept of justice and emphasized the importance of laws that promotes fairness and equity in society. He discussed distributive justice, which means fair distribution of resources, and corrective justice, which means rectifying the wrongs, as essential components of a just political system. Overall, Aristotle viewed politics as a moral and ethical endeavor. Similarly, the philosophy of Epicurus focused on ethics and the pursuit of happiness. At the same time, not primarily a political philosopher, his ideas on human well-being and tranquility influenced later thinkers who discussed the role of government in promoting the welfare of citizens. Also, a Roman statesman and philosopher, Cicero. He contributed to the fusion of Greek and Roman political thought. His works, including On the Republic and On Duties, discuss themes of justice, natural law, and the ideal statesman. His discussions on ideal statesman focus on the qualities and virtues necessary for effective leadership. He contends that a true statesman should prioritize the common good over personal gain, uphold the principles of justice, and be guided by reason and wisdom. Cicero's vision of virtuous statesmen has influenced subsequent discussions on leadership and governance. Now let us move ahead to learn about medieval philosophical traditions. Dear students, we must understand that political philosophy has evolved over centuries, with various thinkers making significant contributions in both medieval and modern periods. The medieval political philosophers made substantial contributions to the intersection of politics, religion, and philosophy during their respective times. The works of Saint Augustine of Hippo, particularly The City of God and On Christian Doctrine, addressed profound questions about the relationship between the earthly city, the secular realm, and the heavenly city, the spiritual realm. He explored the role of religion in politics and governance, arguing that earthly states are inherently flawed and that true peace and justice can only be found in the city of God. Augustine also contributed to the development of the concept of just war, where war is morally justified under certain circumstances, such as in defense of the innocent or in pursuit of a just cause. Saint Thomas Aquinas, he often referred to as the Doctor Angelicus, sought to reconcile Christian theology with the philosophy of Aristotle. His monumental work, the Summa Theologica, delves into a wide range of theological and philosophical topics, including ethics, natural law, and the role of government. Aquinas argued that human law should be in harmony with natural law, which is a reflection of divine law. He defended the idea that the purpose of government is to promote justice and the common good, and he believed in the legitimacy of rulers who govern in accordance with these principles. The work Defensor Pacis, which means defender of peace, by an Italian scholar, Marsilius of Padua, was a significant medieval treatise that advocated for the separation of church and state. He argued for the supremacy of secular authority in political matters and challenged the authority of the Catholic Church over secular rulers. This work played a major role in shaping later discussions about the relationship between religion and politics, as well as the division of powers within a state. Ibn Khaldun, an Islamic scholar and historian, is best known for his work Muqaddimah, which means introduction. This book laid the groundwork for the fields of sociology and political theory. Ibn Khaldun's key contributions include his ideas on cyclical rise and fall of civilizations, the role of culture and social cohesion in the development of societies, and the influence of leadership and governance on the fate of nations. His work was instrumental in understanding the interplay between social, economic and political factors in the evolution of human societies. The ideas put forth by these medieval philosophers served as the cornerstone for future advancements in political philosophy. Their enduring wisdom continues to be the subject of study as they offer deep insights into the complex give and take of faith, governance and human experience. Dear students, let us now move ahead to the important component, that is modern philosophical tradition. In the modern period, political philosophers significantly contributed to political thought, offering unique perspectives on governance, society, justice and human rights. Niccolo Machiavelli authored a seminal work, The Prince, in political realism. He emphasized the pragmatic and sometimes ruthless nature of politics, focusing on the acquisition and maintenance of political power. Machiavelli's writings challenged traditional moral and ethical considerations in politics, laying the groundwork for studying realpolitik, which is a system of politics or principles based on practical reviews. Another work, Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes, is a foundational text for social contract theory. Hobbes argued that in a state of nature, life is characterized by a war of all against all, where existence is nasty, brutish and short. To escape this condition, individuals enter into a social contract to establish a sovereign authority that maintains order and security. This idea influenced discussions on the role of government and the protection of individual rights. Next is the work of John Locke with his two treatises of government, which contributed to liberal political thought. He defended natural rights, including life, liberty and property, and argued that governments derive their legitimacy from the consent of the governed. Locke's ideas played a central role in the development of modern concepts of democracy, individual rights and limited government. Another work, The Social Contract by Jean-Jacques Rousseau, expanded on social contract theory. He proposed that individuals come together to form a collective will known as the general will, which should guide the state in the pursuit of the common good. Rousseau's emphasis on the importance of political sovereignty and the general will influenced democratic theory and the idea of citizen legislator. Then, the political philosophy of Immanuel Kant, as seen in works like Perpetual Peace and The Metaphysics of Morals, focused on moral and legal equality among individuals and nations. He advocated for cosmopolitanism and the promotion of perpetual peace through the rule of law and international cooperation. Kant's ideas continue to shape discussions on international relations and human rights. Also, works like On Liberty and Utilitarianism by John Stuart Mill advocated for individual liberty and the principle of the greatest happiness for the greatest number. He contributed to the development of liberal and utilitarian ethics, highlighting the importance of individual rights, free expression, and the limits of state intervention in personal affairs. Then, significant writings of Karl Marx, including the Communist Manifesto and Das Kapital, laid the foundation for socialist and communist thought. He critiqued capitalism, emphasizing class struggle and the need for a proletarian revolution. Marx called for the abolition of private property and the establishment of classless society. His ideas had a profound impact on political and economic theory. Dear students, in academia, political philosophy involves critical analysis, rigorous argumentation, and engagement with diverse perspectives. Scholars in this field often engage in debates about the role of the state, the legitimacy of authority, and the moral principles that guide political decisions. They also examine the historical and cultural contexts that shape political thought and institutions. Following the learnings from previous philosophical traditions, contemporary political philosophy encompasses a broad scope addressing fundamental questions about the nature of political authority, justice, and human rights in modern societies. It explores democratic theory, the role of the state in addressing social inequalities, and the ethical dilemmas posed by global politics. Key themes include liberalism, communitarianism, feminism, and multiculturalism. Additionally, contemporary political philosophers continue to explore these foundational questions, but with a focus on addressing modern challenges such as globalization, human rights, environmental ethics, and the impact of technology on politics. Overall, modern political philosophy provides critical analysis and guidance for navigating the complex and ever-changing landscape of contemporary politics. To summarize, political philosophy is a vital academic discipline that examines the fundamental principles underlying political systems, ethics, and governance. It provides valuable insights into the complexities of human societies, offering both historical perspectives and contemporary analysis to inform our understanding of politics and our pursuit of a just and equitable society. Dear students, to conclude, political philosophy is a vital and enduring academic discipline, profoundly exploring the foundational principles underpinning political systems, ethics and governance. Throughout its history, it has continually offered valuable insights into the intricate journey of human societies, bridging the past and present to provide in-depth historical perspectives and contemporary analysis. This intellectual endeavor enriches our understanding of politics, shedding light on society's multifaceted challenges and dilemmas. As political philosophers chase into the questions of justice, liberty, authority, and the role of the state, their work not only informs our comprehension of political structures, but also influences the course of political action and reform. Their writings challenge our preconceptions and encourage us to critically examine the moral and ethical dimensions of political decisions. In an ever-evolving world, the insights of political philosophy remain essential for guiding our collective journey towards a more just, equitable and inclusive society. Through the wisdom of thinkers across centuries, we are equipped with the tools to navigate the complexities of governance and to aspire to the ideals of a better, more harmonious world. In this ongoing pursuit, political philosophy serves as both a beacon of enlightenment and a source of inspiration for those who seek to shape the future of our societies. Dear students, hope you understood the meaning and found the answer for the question of what is political philosophy. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.